Go ahead.
All right. Dear Father in heaven, we're so grateful for the blessings God's given us and thankful for the opportunity we have to further our education to um, learn about economics. We pray that thy spirit will be with us, help us to learn and understand one another, and help us to learn the necessary material. We ask these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. All right. This week wasn't too bad, I don't think.
No, it's been there. A lot of it's pretty straightforward. Some of the vocabulary and stuff I had to kind of figure out, but yeah.
I'll do the odds, you do the evens.
All right.
Given that Monica's income exceeds her expenditures, Monica is best described as a saver or as a supplier of funds.
Yep. 2, the primary economic function of the financial system is to, and I didn't find this in the book, but I think it's D, match one person's savings with another person's investments. Is that what you got as well?
Yeah, and I found it in the book. I just couldn't. I remember reading it. I just couldn't find the page number.
Okay, that works. I believe you.
Number 3, the amount of revenue a firm receives from the sale of its products minus its cost of production as measured by its accountants is the firm's, I put economic or real profit.
So I put that originally, but then I changed it to earnings. And I didn't write it down.
So I Googled each of these terms on the web, and C is what I found.
For sure.
Yeah.
Everyone, maybe yeah. I was doing this late last night, and I was probably out of it. I don't hardly honestly remember doing these first few because I did them last night late. So
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find that again. Where it was. See if I find out why I'm wrong. No, I can't flip pages online as fast as I can in the book.
Oh no, dude, you're all right. I'm just looking in the back of the book, so.
Oh, okay. Nice. It was one of those like it's one of the key terms or whatever, but it's not like highlighted. It's just like in italics, so they don't get a definition. It's just like you should know this. We're not going to really go over that much.
Yeah.
That definitely makes sense. It'd be the real profit is the actual,
Yeah, because The dividends I know is what it pays out to the shareholders.
Yeah.
Retained earnings is what it keeps to reinvest in the business.
Mhm.
And then I think earnings is the definition of just sale of products. It doesn't include the cost of production.
Okay, just the money coming in.
Yeah, so that's just everything coming in. If I sell you if I replace the alternator on your car and I charge you $100, well, that's just, I made $100. It doesn't take into account the cost of my tools and the shop air
Mhm.
and the labor.
Yeah.
It's just what I charged you. And so that's what earnings is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Now, like I said, that's what I chose first, and I went back and changed it. I'm not sure why. So, all right. The bond market. And this one I skipped. I couldn't find the answer.
Okay. It's C is a financial market, as is the stock market, and that's on page 260, 13-A. And it says, it's like the second paragraph or second sentence. The two most important financial markets in our economy are the bond market and the stock market.
There you go.
All right, cool. Which advantages do mutual funds claim to provide? I put A, diversification and access to the skills of professional money managers.
Yeah, that's that as well.
Okay. Yeah, because that was on page 264 in the second paragraph.
Cool. 6, compared to stocks, bonds offer the holder but a lower risk and lower potential return.
Yep, that's what I got.
Because bonds typically are shorter term versus, right? Or am I thinking something else?
Well, so bonds can be shorter term, they can be long term. But the difference is a bond is let's just say Pepsi sells you a bond, then Pepsi is indebted to you for that money, however much you give them. And whereas a stock is where you're buying partial ownership into Pepsi. And then when payouts come around, bonds get paid before stocks get paid. So it's a lower risk. And because of the low risk, it's a low return.
Gotcha. Yep.
Number 7, the bond market, the stock market, banks, pension funds, and insurance companies are all financial C institutions.
Bingo. All right. Chugging right along. 8. Other things being constant, when the firm sells new shares of the stock, I put D, demand for the stock decreases and the price decreases.
So I put A, the supply of stock increases and the price decreases, because when it sells new shares, it's increasing how many stocks it has available. It doesn't change. It's gonna make more. It's gonna sell more shares because there's a bigger demand for it. But the new shares doesn't create the demand.
Okay.
The new shares don't change what the demand is. It just increases the supply.
Gotcha.
And because there's more of a supply of stock, the price is going to drop.
Okay, so the company is creating stocks not because the demand has gone up, just because they want to make more money or whatever. So it's okay. That makes more sense.
All right, number 9. Compared to short-term bonds, other things the same, long-term bonds generally have A, more risk, so they pay higher interest rates.
Well. 10. A closed economy does not engage in international trade, therefore, B, net exports are 0.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Scenario 26-1, assume the following information for an imaginary closed economy. GDP is 100,000, taxes 22,000, government purchases 25,000, and national savings is 15,000. This economy's government is running I put B, budget surplus of 12,000.
I couldn't figure out which identity or whatever to use for this one. How do you figure that out?
It took me a while. I realized you're not looking at the GDP. That's not in consideration here. You take the government purchases and you subtract the taxes, because taxes are money coming into the government, so that's going to offset the purchases. And then the national savings you'd subtract, which in my weird way of doing math would technically give you a negative 12,000, but it's a positive because you have more income coming into the government than you have going out. So you have a total of 37. If you add the taxes and the savings, you have a total of 37,000 that the government is bringing in, and it's spending 25,000. So there's a surplus. The government has 12,000 more than what it spent.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So the taxes plus the savings, national savings, minus the purchases.
Yes. When I do my math, I'll do it weirdly, and I just know when I end up with a negative number that it's really a positive number. So I ended up writing down taxes plus savings minus government purchases equals the budget surplus of 12,000.
Okay.
Yeah, the GDP threw me off there.
Yeah.
Like, we have to do something with that number, but that's not the case. So.
Okay. Cool. Mandy purchases 68.2 shares of a mutual fund for $1,500. Cassie's purchase these shares contributes $1,500. To which magnitude in the identity? I put B, the investment.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, 13. For an economy that engages in international trade, GDP is divided into 4 components. Which of the following items is not one of those components? And it's B, national savings.
Yep. When I was thinking about that though, because in the reading I was talking about how investments is national savings. So like so it's kind of a weird question, I thought. That's the answer I don't think I can think of, but it's kind of a weird question.
The difference is so most of what this chapter was talking about was a closed economy, so no international trading. So because it says that there is international trading, it cuts out the national savings out of the equation.
I see. So if it was a closed economy, then it would be, so they're not equal to each other, they're interchangeable, then not necessarily equal to each other.
Yeah, so if this was a closed economy, net exports would not be included.
Gotcha.
Because there's nothing going out of the country or coming into the country.
Okay. Cool. All right. 14. According to the definition of national savings and public savings, if Y, C, and G remain the same, an increase in taxes would, I put raise national savings and public savings.
Okay, so this one I didn't know what to do because A and B read this basically the same to me. So A reads raise national savings and public savings. B reads raise national savings and raise public savings. Do they not mean the same thing?
I guess not. No. Huh. Yeah, I must have been not paying very close attention to that and realize that.
Yeah. I think A and B are both right, and if I get that wrong, I'm going to email the instructor and say, hey, these read the exact same. So if A or B is correct, I should get credit.
Huh. Interesting.
So either A or B, I don't know.
Maybe you answer A and I'll answer B and see what happens.
There we go. All right, 15. In a closed economy, private saving is A, the amount of income that households have left after paying for their taxes and consumptions.
There you go. All right, 16. In national income accounting, we use which of the following pairs of terms interchangeably? The C, savings, and national saving.
Yes, although it later in the book I read where investment and savings are the same, are interchangeable. In fact, it says interchangeable, but because it didn't say private savings, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go with C because I read that specifically too. So
yeah. I think when talking about investment and savings being the same, it's like when you deposit money to the bank for savings, the bank takes that and invests it in other places. That was kind of what it's talking about in that instance.
Yeah.
So my savings is if you take a loan out from the bank that I have my money in, it's bank's investment because my money is being invested in your house or whatever.
Yeah. But no, yeah. I think C is definitely the answer that they're looking for, I think.
Okay, cool.
17, if the nominal interest rate is 7% and the rate of inflation is 3%, then the real interest rate is B, 4%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just take the 7% minus the 3% and get real interest rate.
Would that depend on which side of the thing you're on, though? I guess not. No. I was thinking if you're loaning the money versus you're getting a loan of money, but I guess it's the same either way.
Yeah, because the interest rate's going to be the same.
Yeah. Whether you're paying it or receiving it, it's the same, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Refer to figure 26.5, starting at point A, a change in tax laws that encourage households to save more would likely cause input A, the quantity of loanable funds traded to increase to 125 and increase the interest rate falls to 5%.
Yep, that's what I put. And just for Aaron's knowledge, that's on page 271 in figure 2.
Cool.
And then number 19 refers to the same graph. Starting at point A, the enactment of an investment tax credit would likely cause, and I put A, the quantity of loanable funds traded to increase to 125 and the interest rate to rise to 7%.
Yeah, that's
point C. And that's page 272, figure 3.
Cool. I couldn't get the figures on my computer below. So it was like reading. They're talking about the pictures and graphs, whatever, and I didn't see any graphs. I was really irritated. I reloaded the page and I closed it out and started it and would never load up the graph. Really irritated.
Yeah, those graphs help a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. 20. Suppose that Congress were to repeal an investment tax credit, what would happen in the market for loanable funds? I put C, the supply of loanable funds would shift right. I was totally confident in that.
So I put both the demand and supply would shift to the left because we're taking away our tax credit. So if you look at number 19 where it says we enacted a tax credit, and you look at the graph, which you can't look at apparently, everything shifts to the right and when you implement it. So when you take away that tax credit, it's all going to shift to the left.
That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
All right.
I will go ahead and take the quiz, and then we'll see how I do. And then you can take the quiz.
Alrighty.
So the couple ones that we differed on was number 3. I'm putting economic or real profit.
Okay.
And number 11, I'm putting a surplus of 12,000. Which I don't know that we differed on it, but just
No, yeah, I wasn't sure on that one. You're trying to help me out.
all right. Number 14 is the one that reads the same. So I'm putting B, like we talked
Okay.
about.
Let's see.
And everything else we were in agreement on. All right, go to submit. Oh, I got 14 out of 20.
Oh, ouch. No. That sucks.
Yeah, I should have let you go first.
It's an offer, but you volunteered. Well, okay. So you put B on 14?
Yes.
What A? Submit. I got 15. So probably one of those two we differed on.
Yeah.
I bet you it was 14.
Yep. But shoot, that's still. I mean, you missed 5 and I missed 6. So I think 14 is where we. I don't know. Maybe we don't know the material as well as we thought.
Well, that's a given for me. So, what would you find the page number for number 3? We're talking about economic or real profit.
Number 3, I looked it up online.
I'll tell you people easily. I'm gonna have to go back and read that again. Maybe I was just out of it last night. Like I said, my wife has been trying not to go into labor, so I was wrestling with the kids all night last night. I didn't even start my homework till late. I was reading and falling asleep. And
Yeah.
anyway,
How far along is your wife?
31 weeks, I think,
Okay. So she's 9 weeks early.
something like that. 30 weeks, almost 31, I think. So,
Well, no matter what, your kid would be okay. My youngest daughter was 3 months early,
really,
so
holy moly.
and she's just fine.
How was she in the NICU for a couple months?
50 days.
Wow, that's rough.
That was it was a crazy time of our life, but
Yeah,
we made it through.
that does not sound like fun at all.
No, it wasn't. But life is good.
Yeah.
We're all through it now. So,
There you go.
all right. Well, don't forget you got the exam this week.
Yeah.
And it includes this chapter. So,
I think it's silly, but it's just me. All right, man. Well, we'll get some rest.